Hi everyone. Got
Good
Basti here with me
morning.
today, looking after the chat, and it's great to be back. Thank you for Kat for looking after the Wednesday class for me last week. Who's going to be the first to post this morning? It's Lynn from West Runton. Hiya. Simonetta from Sardinia. Oh my goodness, I tell you what, Simonetta, it's a bit like Sardinia here at the moment, isn't it, Basti? The water is so warm and everything. It's just been amazing. James, Linda, Mary, Liz. Hi everyone. Okay, so I think I'm right in saying, am I right in saying that this is the last Wednesday of August? Is it going to be September next? Let me just have a look at my calendar and just check.
Next Wednesday, I think, is the last day of
August.
August.
One. Okay, fair enough. So we've got two more. We squeeze one in. It's the 31st, isn't it? In which case, maybe we will do kidney 10 and save kidney 27 for tomorrow for next week, Basti, to make sure we've got one left. Okay, cool. Right, here we go. So what I thought we'd do is just check in. I'm going to ask you first of all how you're coping to start with, and then we're going to do the whole body scan. I'd like to really build on this whole kidney thing. We've only got 2 Wednesdays left, as we just figured out for this month. So we've got two Wednesdays to cover more working on the kidney, and the kidney energy in Chinese medicine is really, really important. It's like it holds the Jing or the prenatal Qi, and it's really important for our energy. In Western terms, it's related to the hormonal system and the nervous system. So I'm just going to run this poll just to check in with everyone, this is the very first poll we ever ran way back 2.5 years ago, however long it was, to find out just your general stress level. And let's just see how you're coping. Are you coping well? You're okay, neutral, stressed, or very stressed? And we'll just find out the general level of stress in the group. I know when I did this a little while ago, I was very surprised that the general level of stress was still quite high. So look, what have we got? Okay, we're not doing too bad, but we've got about a third of the group are stressed or very stressed. So we really want to help you with that. And we'd love to get that another third who are just voting for neutral back up into the okay or coping well. So we'll try and use the kidney energy to do that because it's such a fundamental energy in the body. What we're going to do now is we're going to do the whole body scan. We're going to do that nice and carefully. And then I'm going to ask you a general question about your energy, and I'll link that with the kidney energy in terms of yin and yang. So let's do that. I've got my books here ready. Been looking up my points and finding out more about a couple of kidney points that are on our list of points of the week. So let's do the whole body scan first, and then we'll start off, find out how you are, and then we'll work accordingly. So here we go. Got my water with me. And it's time to check in and do the whole body scan. So we're going to do it standing up today. Let's see if that works. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, so we're going to work on our whole body scan. Let's do it together. I'm going to talk you through. We start off with our awareness above our heads, just to get any of those connections with the heavens energy through the top there. And then we're going to scan down through the body, slowly down, just noticing anything that we feel, okay? So it could be a feeling of weakness, blockages, heat, cold, or maybe it just feels absolutely right. So let's just do that. We're going to stand, just shake out a little bit just to connect the whole body up. And then we're going to slowly scan down through the skull, through the head, checking out our eyes, sinuses, ears, jaw, and then down through the throat, through the shoulders, and then down through the chest, down through our arms, scanning also along our back. So we're scanning through the back here, all the way down. As we go down through the body, we're kind of scanning through. through the abdomen, through the digestive system, into the hips, sacrum, and then down through the legs, through the knees, and into the feet. Okay, brilliant. So I'm going to close my eyes for a second. I'm just going to take a step back, as it were, and just tune into the whole of our body, the whole of our energy, and just see how it feels overall. Okay, good. Now we're going to turn that into a picture. Imagine that as a picture, and we draw our whole body scan. Okay, definitely need the Wednesday class today. Look, this is my scan today. Could definitely do with the Wednesday class. Let's see, and I'm going to run this poll, which is a general poll to get an idea of where we are in terms of yin and yang, okay? And it's basically which of these best describes your scan, okay? This is a really good question, this, and I'll show you, once we've done it, I'll show you how it links with Chinese medicine and the kidney energy. Okay, so if you're generally well and balanced, that's the first one. If you're mainly blocked, then it's number 2. If you're feeling generally weak or tired, that's number 3. If you're feeling a little bit more hot and agitated, that's 4. Or if you're feeling cold or frozen anywhere, then that's number 5. So let's just see how we're doing as a group. Right, here we go. Look at that. Interesting. Maybe to the weather, we haven't got any cold or frozen so far. But what we have got is we've got over half of you are feeling weak or tired. So that's really important to tonify the energy. And so we'll use the kidney energy to tonify your general energy. Okay. If you're blocked and obstructed, it's really important to tonify the kidneys first to get the underlying energy good and well. And then we can use some more movement techniques and go in to move any obstruction. So when we get to bits that are close to where you are feeling obstructed, then you can use them especially during the session. Hot or agitated. If you're feeling hot or agitated, that's usually because there's not enough yin in the body. And again, we can use the kidney energy, particularly kidney 1, because that's a yin tonifying point, to increase our coolness. That will come along with tonifying the body. Okay, so that's really good. And so what we'll do is we'll focus on using the kidney energy to tonify the Qi and the yin. And then what we'll do is once we've got that nice and solid, is we can then start moving any obstructions in the body, okay, which is one of the things I need, judging by my drawing here. Okay, excellent. So I think we should start, and there's no better place to start really than kidney 1. But before we do that, let's just tune in and see how we're feeling connected to the earth, and seeing if we can improve that. So look, you can see how hot it's been in here. Look, I've got this fan right here that I've just unplugged for the session because of the noise, but it has been very warm and humid here. I've got my chair ready to go for kidney 1. But before we do that, let's just tune in and see how we're feeling in terms of connecting through and how our yin is. Now, if you're feeling hot and agitated, you'll probably feel that the energy is more in the upper part of the body, and there's a lack of connection down into the earth. Same thing goes if you're really feeling tired. You're probably going to feel more weak in the lower burner because that's related to the kidney energy and that's our underlying energy. You might just feel a feeling of weakness in the legs and a feeling of lack of connection with the earth. So what we'd like to do this session, your obstruction, those of you who are obstructed probably feel it in the shoulders and the yang channels more, maybe in the middle burner. So what we've got is a pattern a bit like this, not so much grounding as we'd like, maybe a bit of weakness here and then some tightness here. So the idea of the session is to open up the kidney channel, tonify the lower burner, get that real strength there into the whole body, and then we can release any obstruction and tension. Okay, so just remember that feeling of connection with the earth now. We'll work kidney 1, we'll go back, experience the connection with the earth, and then we'll use that to build all the way up and tonify the lower burner. Okay, so let's go. Here we go. Get my chair in position. You can do this sitting on the floor as well if you like, but I found it's easier with the chair because I don't have to mess around with camera angles and everything. So let's go. Let's start off by massaging kidney 1 with both fingers like this. We're going to go right in there. Brilliant. Okay. Now what I'm doing also is those of you who feel blocked and obstructed, you might want to just check out this area here because this is where the liver 3 is, and that's often kind of stiff. If you feel this stiff and kind of painful here, those that you voted for obstruction, could be liver stagnation. And what I suggest you do is to start off by wiggling between the first and the second metatarsals. That's a posh name for the bones that go down to these toes here. And we're going to wiggle them like this to get that liver chi moving, and then we can tap here underneath kidney 1. Okay, and pressing in. A bit more tapping. And then if you like, you can hold kidney 3, which is this one behind the ankle. So it's just behind the ankle. That helps open up the kidney channel a bit more. And just tapping a bit more here. Now, if you're feeling weak and tired, the main thing you want to do is make sure that you don't overdo the exercises. And try and focus in more on the internal breathing and make sure that the doing, the tapping exercise we do are more kind of gentle because we don't want to disperse any energy that you've got. Okay, so how does that feel? That feels pretty good. That foot feels pretty good. Put my sock back on. Okay, so here we go. Going to the other foot. Opening up kidney 1. So in Chinese medicine, they say the kidney meridian is the root of all the yin and yang of the body. So it kind of governs everything because it's the foundation of the energy of the body, and that's why kidney 1 is so important. It tonifies the kidney channel to a certain extent, but also it tonifies the kidney yin, which is that whole cooling, relaxing thing. And it's also very good for bringing energy down from the head, as we've experienced many times on the Wednesday class. So it's a really good place to start, and then from there we can build up, tonify our energy. There we go. Very good. Okay. Don't forget, if you've got some obstruction, just check out this area here between the first and second toe. If that feels stiff, it could be because, or painful or sensitive, it could be liver chi stagnation that you've got there. So wiggling these toes between each other, sort of thing. I'm wiggling them this way and opening that area is a good idea to start off the process of moving the liver chi. Okay, brilliant. Sometimes I feel we could almost do like half an hour just on kidney 1. It will probably be enough to treat the whole body. So let's just see how we're doing. Okay, let's see if it's kidney 1 has done its magic. So let's see. Okay, now just tuning in. Can you feel that? Instantly, we've got that feeling of connection with the earth. Everything seems a lot more calm. Already, I'm starting to feel the lower burner engaging with my feet and with the earth underneath my feet. So that's really good. A really good start. So let's build on that. And I might just throw point of the week in at night a little bit earlier this week because we're going to get to it quite quickly now because we've done kidney 1, kidney 3 last week with Kat, and kidney 10 is the point of the week this week, and then we'll finish off with kidney 27 next week. So first of all, let's activate the lower burner. We're going to rub our hands together. Okay. And we're going to place our hands just 1.5 inches below the navel, just over CV4 and CV6. We're going to relax our hips, relax the knees, and just let that nice yin feeling from the earth flood up through the legs, through kidney 1. It kind of comes up like a wave through the knees, through the hips, up through the kidney channel into here, and then into the lower burner. And that's a really good tonifying feeling. That's the kind of feeling we want if we are feeling tired, if we're feeling tired. Okay, so just breathing out, relaxing the breath. Okay, so we're going to just relax the shoulders now, and we're going to just do 3 low long breaths, keeping that connection with kidney 1, breathing in, bringing the breath down to where our hands are, holding the breath for a second, and then breathing out as slow as possible. Softening the hips, the knees, and the ankles. Very good. Okay, and again, breathing in, breathing out. Breathing in, and breathing out. Okay, excellent. Now, if you're feeling really weak and tired, then you may not even want to do any doing. This is the tapping. You may just want to stand here and imagine you're doing the tapping, or just watch me doing it and imagine it, because then you can just do it completely with internal Qi Gong. If you're feeling really tired, you can even sit down on a chair and like this. I'll just demonstrate. If you're feeling really tired, you want to sit on the edge of the chair, bring your feet right onto the floor like this, okay? And then just imagine the doing down the channels will be enough to tonify the channels. If you've got a little bit more energy, you want to activate it a bit more directly, then you can follow on, and what we'll do now is we'll kind of give this an extra boost by opening up the kidney channel. So we've got kidney 1 nice and open. We've got that really zinging away. So we're going to pick it up from kidney 3 here, just behind the ankle, just lightly tapping up the kidney channel, up here, and it comes just above the pubic bone and then goes into the lower dantian again. Just give it that little bit of a rub. Softening the ankles and the knees and the hips, and then gently rubbing the back. This is bladder 23. And then from there, we can tap down the back of the legs. So I'm going down here. Okay, back down to kidney 3 again, and then we're off and up we go. Down we go, down the bladder channel, and up to the kidney channel again. Okay, so it goes up there, up through into here, and then into the dantian, the lower dantian, or the lower burner. Okay, so now let's just activate it and see if we can get that channel opened up using our internal Qi. So we're basically thinking from here and connecting down into kidney 1. Very good. Okay, excellent. All right, so let's just shake out a little bit and check in to see how we're feeling. Very different. Can you feel that? Really nice connection with kidney 1, right down into the earth, releasing the legs, and now the flow's going up and tonifying the lower burner. Okay, so now we're going to work up, and we're going to first of all tonify the Qi of the middle burner, because most of us voted for tiredness. So we're going to first of all make sure that we tonify the middle burner before we start moving any obstruction. And the main way we do that is by tonifying the stomach and the spleen, especially the spleen. So we've got, this is like the ancestral energy or basic energy. This is the energy we get from food, and this is the energy we get from the air and from the emotion environment. That's the lower, middle, and the upper burner. So the middle burner is the one that tends towards obstruction the most because it gets knotted up by anxiety and anger and frustration and things like that. But it can also be weakened through poor digestion or by too much worrying for a long period of time. So let's make sure it's nice and strong first before we start shifting that liver chi. Okay, and the way we're going to do that is move our hand up around the navel. This is the spleen area, and we're going to just rotate around the spleen area here. While we're doing that, we're going to connect with the earth, relaxing the legs, relaxing the shoulders. Keeping that connection with the ground. Okay, but this is a different quality from the kidneys. Rather than the yin energy coming up from the earth, this is the connection with the earth through the stomach and spleen. We'll feel that in a minute when we do the dome. Okay, same thing. If you're very tired, you can do it sitting down, or just imagine the tapping, or do it very lightly. Okay, and this is how we activate the stomach and spleen. We're going to go down the stomach and spleen channels. Down the stomach channel, which is down the outside front of the legs. And then we're going to switch to the inside, go up, inside. Okay, down the outside. Up the inside front of the legs, that's the spleen channel. One more time, down the outside of the stomach and up the inside. Okay, now here's a little hint for you. If you've got more of a weak feeling in the digestion, then you want to emphasize coming up the spleen because that tonifies the spleen energy. And you can do that by just stroking up the spleen channel, and you'll get that feeling of it kind of warming and strengthening the spleen. Okay. Now, if you're feeling a bit full here and a bit obstructed, you might want to emphasize going down the stomach channel because that tends to take the energy away from this obstruction here and any tendency to rise up. Stroking down the front of the outside of the legs, you'll feel has a completely different kind of feeling and action from going up the spleen. Okay? So that's just a handy hint depending on what's happening with you right now. Okay, so here we are. We've tonified the spleen. Let's just check in again. Kind of feels more solid now, doesn't it? We've got that nice solid connection with the earth through kidney 1. This feels much stronger all the way around here, the lower burner. The middle burner feels kind of quite activated as well because of the stomach and the spleen channels. So now let's just make sure there's no any obstruction in the middle burner because that's usually related to the liver. So the best way to do that, as we found before in the Wednesday class, is to do this twisting action. And again, depending on how you're feeling, if you're feeling a bit tired and weak, I would recommend that you do this nice and slowly and easily, not overstretching at all. If you're feeling obstructed though and blocked, this is when you want to put more energy into this and really start tapping the sides of the body and stretching around as far as you can. This stretch here is a really good stretch for the liver, and it means that you'll start moving that any obstruction we've got here. Okay, so just adjust it to suit. I'm going to do mine a little bit vigorous today because I've got a little bit of obstruction in the middle burner, as you can see from my diagram here. You see, so I'm going to just put a little bit more energy into that. But if you're still feeling a bit more weak than anything else, keep it nice and easy. Okay, so keep it nice and easy, or increase the strength of it. All the while, we're keeping that kidney 1 open, we're keeping the connection down into the earth. Okay, very good. So now again, we're going to use some channels to work the middle burner. We're going to use the liver and the gallbladder channels. And again, you can adapt this depending on what you need. If you're feeling generally tired and weak, you want to emphasize coming up the liver channel. And if you want to move some of any of this middle burner stuff, or maybe even the shoulders and the neck, we can use the gallbladder channel on the sides of the body, the yang channel, to get the energy away from the head, shoulders, and the middle burner downwards, down into the legs. Okay, so should we try that? So here we go. We're going to go sides first, down into the hips, down the outside legs. Here's gallbladder 34, just on the outside lower knee here. Really good point for moving liver chi stagnation anywhere in the body. We'll go down and go up the liver and into here, back into the middle burner. Right, got it? So if you're feeling tired, just gently stimulate the liver. And if you're feeling you really want to move energy from the yang part of the body, then the gallbladder channel is the one for you. And I'm going to make sure I make a good job of it myself. Down here, we go down into the hips, down the outside of the legs, gallbladder 34, up. Down we go. Brilliant. Down. Okay, we can finish off with a little routine that we've done before, which is liver 13 to liver 14. That's right around here. And this particularly get a lot of obstruction, you might affect your breathing. And so this is a really nice movement to do, going from the sides of the body here by the floating rib to just underneath the breast here, just underneath the nipples here, just tapping this way and then down again. And that will free up any liver chi stagnation that's affecting the diaphragm and affecting the lower costal muscles. Because what you'll find is if you get obstruction for a long period of time, these intercostal muscles and ligaments start to get very stiff. So we want to free them up. And do this kind of thing. Okay, and then shaking out. Okay, so now we've tonified the chi, we've tonified the lower burner, we've tonified the middle burner, and we've started to move the energy. So now it's time for the shaking, because the shaking is going to be really well supported by the yin tonifying and the qi tonifying that we've done so far. And I'll show you what that means when we do the shaking. We're going to keep that kidney 1 open. We're going to keep that feeling of solid connection with the earth. And it's that solid connection, that feeling of being tonified and supported here, that allows us to start shaking and releasing any tension in the body. Okay, so here we're going to go. We're going to go from the feet up for a change, emphasizing keeping that connection with the yin, keeping that tonifying energy coming up from the earth. So here we go. We're going to first of all just shake out the legs, make sure they're nice and loose. Relaxing them. You can also, if you can't stand on one leg, you can hold onto a wall, if you like, or a chair. Or if you can stand on one leg, just do this. Okay, get those hips nice and relaxed. Okay, so now we're going to shake the abdominal area with particular reference to the upper abdomen and the diaphragm. So we're going to start shaking there, keeping kidney 1 connected, keeping the legs solid. Okay, I'm doing a little bit of twisting here as well, just to keep that gallbladder and liver energy open. And the other thing we can do is we kind of shake it the other way as well, rather than just up and down. We're shaking forwards and back, shaking forwards and back here. Just trying to get this middle burner as released as we can. Very good, excellent. So now we're going to go up a bit further. We go up into the shoulders. Keeping the arms as relaxed as we can. Shaking any tension down towards the feet. And now relaxing the jaw. Getting in contact with that golden thread that holds us up towards the heavens, that allows the spine to move. So floating the head up, releasing the base of the cranium, shaking the shoulders. Very good. Try. Let's see if we can get the shaking down into the whole of our body. And with our mind, we can just travel around the body, see if there's anywhere where we're holding, and just gently breathe into that area, wherever it is. And really start to loosen up and open up everything, and loosen up all the joints. Keeping kidney 1 open, keeping that connection with the earth. And now when we get to the top of the head, we can start connecting with the heavens. So we can get that head floating up. Okay, brilliant. Okay, excellent. So far we've opened up kidney 1. We've got that lovely connection with the yin of the earth, tonified the lower burner, strengthened the spleen, and we've moved some of the liver chi with the twisting. And then we went on to do the shaking. So we're well on our way to getting our whole energy system really nicely balanced. Before we go any further, because it's past, I think I'm just going to quickly flash up point of the week and just show you where it is. We would have already done it in the exercises. Okay, that's going to be next week, kidney 27. So I thought kidney 10. This is a point that's quite difficult to find. It's just behind the knee. Okay, it's just behind the knee joint, and it's used to, basically used for knee pain, but it's also used for basically clearing any damp heat from the lower burner. It benefits the kidneys, and it just, if you follow the kidney channel up, you'll find that it's just between these two tendons, just behind the knee. Let's just see if I can show you where it is. Okay, it's just, if you just follow the kidney channel up the inside of the leg here, and you go behind the knee, you'll find there's two tendons there, just behind the knee, and it's just between those two tendons right there. Now, we would have already stimulated that point right at the beginning of the session. It's up the inside here. When we do this part of the knee, that's kidney 10. And if you've got any feelings of damp heat in the lower burner, that means things like cystitis, or any urinary issues in the lower burner. If it's feeling a bit heavy here in the lower part of the burner, then this is the point for you, kidney 10. Okay, so we've done kidney 1, kidney 3, kidney 10, and next week we'll finish off with kidney 27, which is a really important point in the kidney channel right up at the top here. We would have done 4 points on the whole kidney channel. Okay, so now we've got the rest of the session to work into the upper burner, and we're going to connect the lungs. Again, we can help them tonify the general ki in the body, but we can also regulate the heart as well, regulate the emotions, which also connects with the kidneys. So let's do some work with that, working with that. Opened up the kidney channel, okay. Worked on the lower and the middle burners. So now we go up into the upper burner. There's a really important connection between the chi of the body, the kidneys, and the lungs. And that's to do with breathing the chi in from above and allowing it to go down and connect with the kidneys. So let's see if we can actually do that. We're going to do an exercise for the lungs. We're going to keep our connection with kidney 1, keep our connection with the lower dantian, and as we breathe in, we're going to bring that air in and direct it down into the lower burner, okay? Opening up the lungs as much as we can. Okay, so let's see if we can do that. focusing on the energy above us, keeping nice and grounded with kidney 1. Are you ready? Okay, all together, breathing in, breathing in. Feel, and at the maximum point of the lung stretch, we're going to bring our focus down here into the lower abdomen. See if you can anchor that breath down into the lower burner there. Breathing out. Breathing in. Connecting with the lower burner, relaxing the hips, connecting down through kidney 1, breathing out. Breathing in. Breathing out. Breathing in. Connecting with the lower burner and breathing out. One more, breathing in and breathing out. Okay, now this is a special for all of us when we start getting tired. There's 3 things to check. Are we overworking or are we just doing too much? That's the kidney, that's the lower burner. Are we eating properly? Eating the right foods, but also eating in a calm environment to get that energy from the food. And finally, are we breathing right? If we get those 3 things right, the rest, the diet, and the breathing, that's what's going to tonify our energy. And all of those things ultimately are linked down into the lower burner and into the kidneys. Okay, so now let's see if we can get that breathing from above stronger and then connect it down into the lower burner. So we're going to do that by tonifying the lung channel with Doin, and I'll show you how we're going to do that. I'm going to use this technique, tapping lung 1. You can make some sounds if you like, just to open it up. Tonifying the lung channel here down into the thumb. Okay, and then we're going to go up the large intestine channel. It's this channel here, just to provide a circuit. And then down here into the lung 10 and 11, and back up again. And then down once more. And up once more. Brilliant. Okay, very good. Now comparing both sides, can you feel that tingling away? That side that we've done has really been really tingling. And so now we can do the other side. Opening up the chest area, right into lung 1 and then down towards the thumb. Round. Down towards the thumb and up. Okay, now try this again. Kidney 1, connected to the floor, awareness in the lower dantian, and now try this again, breathing in. Okay, now you notice how there's so much more open now and the Qi's just going straight into the lungs and down to the lower dantian, and we're breathing out. Again. Okay, and once more. There we go, brilliant. Isn't that great? And that is because we've tonified the lung Qi. The lung Qi brings the lung energy in from the breath and it descends it downwards towards the kidney energy. And that's the 3rd part of how to not feel tired. Resting, eating, and breathing, and connecting them all up through the channels into the lower dantian. Okay, so there we go. Which just leaves us finally to work on the heart channel, the heart protector channel, which the heart protector channel, by the way, is going to be our next meridian that we're going to be working on next week, next month. after August the 31st. So in 2 weeks' time, we're going to start another journey, the heart protection triple heater meridians. We've only got 4 more left, believe it or not, till the end of this year. So we're nearly round our epic cycle of all 12 meridians in a year. So this one's going to be the next one after the kidney channel, and it links with the kidney channel, comes out here and goes down into the arms. And this is a really good one for regulating the emotions. It regulates and protects the heart, and it's this stretch here that allows us to access the channel. So we're breathing in, breathing out, stretching back. Breathing in, breathing out, stretching back. Breathing in, breathing out, and stretching back. Very good. Okay. And now we've got the heart channel, which we can stretch this way by going into the prayer position. Breathing in, breathing out, opening the armpits and stretching back. So stretching back this way, opening up the armpit, which connects directly with the heart channel into the chest. Breathing in again, breathing out. Breathing in and breathing out. Brilliant. Okay, so that's regulating the heart rate in the upper burner. Okay, so let's see what we're doing. Okay, we've got 20 minutes left. Brilliant. We can now work on clearing the yang channels and putting it all together with the breathing. Okay. So checking in again, opening up kidney 1, relaxing the hips, relaxing the knees. Let's connect with the lower burner. Relax the breathing down into the lower burner. Open up the middle burner. And just get that lovely feeling of all the 3 burners connecting, and that kind of solid feeling we've got now right the way down through, and then grounding out through kidney 1. And that's the balancing those 3 burners out, just like we've done, is the key really to tonifying the energy and making sure that we release any obstructions. The other side to the obstructions, though, is that sometimes the yang channels get blocked, particularly the neck, the shoulders, and so it's a good idea to keep those really clear once we've tonified up the center of the body. So that's what we're going to do now. We're going to do face routine, work on the head, neck, just to get everything cleared out and released, and then we'll be done. So I'll give you a bit of a close-up. We're going to come in a bit closer to you, and we can work on the head and neck. So let's start off by working the sense organs. So we're going to just gently wipe the eyes like this. We're going to do that 5 times. Okay, rub our hands together, place our palms directly over the eyes. And if we relax, we can imagine a connection all the way down from the eyes, down through the neck, through the shoulders, down through the middle burner, right the way down to the feet. Okay, and that's a direct connection with the kidney channel, and the liver channel go right into the eyes, so we can get a connection with those, open those up. Very good for tired eyes or weak eyes. Okay, so now let's just continue with tapping the yang channels. We're going to tap over the top of the head, bladder channel, and then down onto the back of the head and down onto the neck. This is the bladder channel. And then the sides from the sides of the eyes here, we can go this way. Down to the sides of the neck. Yeah. And then tapping the forehead. Bladder 1, remember that from when we did the bladder meridian? That's this one right here. Great point for the eyes. And then we can go round the outside of the eyes to here. Gallbladder 1. It's just on the outside of the eyes. And then round, and then we get to the stomach channel, which runs directly down from the eyes, which we did earlier in the year. So we can just squeeze around here. large intestine 20, remember that from February, that would have been this year. And then round, squeezing around the top of the gums here is really good. That's related to the large intestine channel, and the lower gums are related more to the stomach. Okay, so we got that feeling there. Okay, brilliant. Okay, so now we've got to the neck, really important place where all the yang channels go down. We can work the stomach channel here, right along the front of the neck here, really important place to release. So I'm pinching with my fingers right here, squeezing it down, and my thumb is actually on the small intestine channel right on the back here. So I'm doing the stomach and spleen with the fingers here and squeezing the small intestine channel with the thumb. So doing two jobs with one thing here. Really important to get this released. Okay, and then we can start working on the back of the neck. And this is, again, a really nice place to work. We've got some very important points here. If you remember, we've got bladder 10, celestial pillar, really important point. Don't forget to go in towards the neck. So we're just going to gently press in towards the neck here, towards the bones of the neck, like that. And then we go round here. This is gallbladder 20. That's the direction with this one is more up towards the opposite eye. So it's more like this direction, not in so much. Again, gently pressing around here is a really good idea, just releasing the base of the cranium. Now you can tap the bladder channel and tap the gallbladder channel. I like to give it a squeeze here by using the heel of the hand, squeezing in on the out breath. Okay, and that's the neck. So we've got the head and neck all done. Brilliant work. So now we've got the head and neck down to the neck. So now the next most important place where we get a lot of tension is the shoulders and the back. So here's a really nice exercise for releasing the shoulders. Before we work gallbladder 21, which is right on the top of the shoulders, let's squeeze the shoulders up like this, breathing in, and just breathe out and let them drop down. Breathing in and drop down. Breathing in, dropping down. Two more. Breathing in, dropping down. Breathing in and dropping down. Okay, another really important place that we've worked on before is around T1, which is the meeting point of all the yang channels. It's a great place. It's a very favorite place to get blocked up. Almost tap it. If you can tap it to start with, just tapping around there is a really good idea. Okay, and we can squeeze up into that area and release. Breathing in. Breathing in. Releasing. Okay, really good. Oh, it feels so much better. It's really good. So we should find now, if we check in again, let's make sure we keep checking in with kidney 1 to make sure we keep that yin connection with the earth. Head and neck, so much freer. The head can float up naturally. And the shoulders are starting to release. Gallbladder 21, right on the top of the shoulders. Excellent point for descending the chi downwards and relaxing the shoulders. We can do it by just tapping, or you can support your elbow like this if you want to. Like that, because then that helps get right in there. Tapping all around the top of the shoulders on the other side. Okay, and then once you've released this area in the neck, it's a good idea to go down the yang channels of the arms. That's the outside of the arms, brushing off. And the yang channels on the body, brushing off the sides. And once we've released it all, time for another shake, but let's make sure that we keep that connection with the yin of the body and with the tonified qi. So it's not a case of just emphasizing shaking, it's more a case of connecting there with the strength of the core, really tuning into those three burners and the connection with kidney 1. And then once we've got that, and we've done all this tapping and releasing and squeezing and everything, we should be able to just move the outside of the body really freely now. A natural feeling of just releasing, gently moving. What a lovely feeling. Keep that central strength there that we did all that in the early part of the session. We've got that really strong. So keep that feeling and allow the rest of the body to just release. And backwards and forwards, keep the rib cage free. Relaxing the jaw, relaxing the neck, relaxing the shoulders, the elbows, wrists, right down to the fingertips. Relaxing the hips, relaxing the knees, and the ankles and the feet. Okay, so now it's time to check in again. Opening up kidney 1 again, feeling the connection with the earth. Isn't that wonderful? Okay, nice strong feeling in the lower burner and the middle burner, nice and free. And the breathing, let's just try a few easy breaths. Naturally descending down into the lower burner there. Very nice, and a nice feeling of freedom in the yang channels. Okay, brilliant. So we've just got enough time now to put it all together with some breathing, some Tai Chi breathing. So let's do that. Nice and easy, feet shoulder width apart. If you look down, your feet should be parallel or slightly turned in, like this way. This helps open up the sacrum. And we're going to tuck this in slightly here, so that the sacrum is hanging downwards. Knees are slightly bent. The head floats up. Okay. Shoulders are loose. And we're coming from that place of connection and strength in the inner body there, in the inside of the body. Very good. Okay, this is the movement, the external movement, but we're going to experiment with connecting with the earth and connecting with the heavens. So here we go. First of all, connecting with the earth, we're opening up kidney 1. We're sinking down into the earth, breathing in. And we're pushing up from the earth. Feeling the solidity and heaviness of our body. This is the yin of the body. Breathing in. Connecting with the earth, breathing out. Connecting with the earth, breathing out. Connecting with the earth, pushing up and breathing out, feeling the solidity of our body. Okay, great. Now let's switch to the yang. We're going to imagine our body light, and we are going to use the golden thread to sink down in our lightness. Breathe in and breathe out and float up in the lightness. Sink down, feeling light in the body. Float up, feeling light in the body. Sink down. Feel light, float up. Float down. Float up. Okay, so that's the yin and yang of the body, the light feeling in connection with the heavens and the solid feeling in connection with the earth. So now let's mix them together and harmonize them together just to finish up. We're going to sink down into the earth, feel the heaviness in the body, and then we're going to float up, keeping the lightness in the whole body as we go up. Here we go. So, connecting with kidney 1, connecting with the sacrum, breathing in, sinking down, breathing in, and now switching to the lightness, switching to the top of the head, floating up. Brilliant. Okay, breathing in. Breathing out. Sinking down, feeling heavy. Floating up from the top of the head, feeling light. Breathing in. Breathing out. Okay, one more. Sinking down, feeling heavy, and floating up. Okay, there we are. Brilliant. Okay, so that's final check-in. We're going to check in, see how we're doing with our lower abdominal breathing and with our connection with kidney 1, and rescan the body. So standing, placing the hands on the lower abdomen, opening up kidney 1, open that up, connect down into the earth as deeply as we can. So imagining the breath and the Qi going down into the center of the earth, softening the knees and the ankles and the hips. Centering our energy in the lower dantian, releasing the middle burner. Relaxing the shoulders, floating the head up. Brilliant. Okay, so now let's just finish off by doing a few internal breaths without any movement. Breathing in, we're bringing the Qi into the lower burner. Okay, and then as we breathe out, we send the Qi down through the legs into the earth and let the air come out. Breathe in. Bring the Qi into the lower burner. Breathe out. Send the Qi down into the earth. Breathe in. Send it down into the earth. Bring the Qi in. And send it down. Okay, excellent. You know how that calms everything down? So now we're just going to nurture the yin by bringing the breath up from the earth. This is going to bring the yin into the lower dantian. Okay, so just follow me. That's the final exercise. We're going to relax the shoulders. We breathe in. We imagine energy from the earth coming up through kidney 1 and centering in the lower burner. Right, here we go. Ready? Breathing in. So imagine it like liquid or fluid coming in from the roots, and it goes into the lower burner and spreads out through the whole body. Breathing out. Each in-breath, we bring the yin up from the earth. Spread it through the whole body. Breathe out. Breathe in. And breathe out. Breathe in. Bring that yin up from the earth and breathe out. Okay, and that's a cooling, tonifying, really important energy movement. Okay, there we go. Just got 1 minute left. Maybe get Basti back on the screen, have a quick look at the chat. No questions so far. Okay, great. Okay, lovely. I hope you enjoyed that. That was a real kidney tonifying fest.
That was great. I love that.
Thank you very much. Yeah, brilliant. I really enjoyed it too. It's just what I needed. So we'll see you next week for the very final episode of the Kidney Meridian. Very excited about that. And then we're going to go on to Heart Protector. I can't believe that we're nearly through the whole cycle, Basti. It's really incredible.
I know.
We've just got we've got 8 out of 12. 8 out of 12 months we would have completed.
Jane just asked if we could see the point again, just for a quick moment.
Yeah, sure.
I think it was kidney 10.
Kidney 10, yeah. I did go past that a little bit too quickly, maybe. There we go, yeah. Yin Valley. That's interesting in itself, the name, isn't it? The fact that it's like a valley of that yin energy that comes up that we were just doing with the breathing exercise.
Yeah.
Benefits the kidneys, well, you can imagine that because that energy going up into the lower burner. But it's also got a moving action as well, so it clears the damp heat from the lower burner, and of course it's used locally for knee pain.
I've used it before with a few things that are on here, but when I held it today and sunk into it, I noticed more strongly than I have before that action of it kind of sinking that yin up the thigh and into the kind of lower burner.
Yeah, that's it.
Much more strongly than before. So it was really nice. I really enjoyed that.
There we are, look. It's got a whole list of actions for the lower burner, which includes hernial disorders, low abdominal pain, genital pain and itching, painful urination, that's when you get the damp heat in the lower burner, and even things like blood in the urine and things like that. If you get blood in the urine, by the way, see your doctor immediately. It's not a good thing to have. It's the sea and water point of the kidney. So there we are, kidney 10. I'll leave that with you, and we'll see you next week. Okay, thank you very much. So glad that you all feel so much better, and we'll just keep that connection with kidney 1 for the rest of the week, and we'll all be fine. We really need that these days. Okay, see you everyone. Bye-bye. Thanks, Basti, for looking after the chat. See you later.
Good. Bye.